CG5. He's a musician. He makes music about Five Nights at Freddy's, and he's cringe. And hey, that's not me saying that necessarily. According to a lot of people online, he has this reputation of being, well, very cringe. But I've been embarking on a challenge recently, and that is to listen to all of his FNAF songs for the first time ever. For each song today, you'll get my live first reaction, raw and unfiltered, followed by a more scripted analysis, where I've actually had time to go away for a bit, listen to it a few more times, and write down all my thoughts in full sentences. And then, after that, it's getting placed on a tier list, and we're doing it for every one of CG5's FNAF songs. We're tier listing them all. And look, I hate those YouTubers who go, oh, the last one on this list is absolutely crazy. So I'm just going to say that the last two on this list are absolutely crazy. Yeah, I've done it again. Run the intro. This video was made possible by my maximum macro minions, Solar Drill and Atomic. If you want to become a true macro minion and unlock some exclusive perks of the channel, including early access to videos, custom emoji to use in the chat, the option to get me to react to songs of your choosing, and more, then you see that join button that's on my channel page? Yeah, hit that. Anyway, back to CG5. I should let you guys know that if you're photosensitive, please do take care watching this video. Some of the music videos that we're going to watch contain flashing lights. Also, you can use the chapters to jump around if there's a specific song you want to get to. You know, skip to whatever you want. By the way, this is actually part 2 of my CG5 deep dive. If you want to watch the first part, you of course can, and I would of course like you to, but really, you don't have to watch the first part to understand this video by any means. It's your life, do what you want. Can we just get on with it? First up is No More Cake featuring Chica and Dolvondo, released February 2018. No More Cake? Who 2026 here? Oh, this is the only time I think I've seen him go by Charlie Green. Did you know the reason he's called CG5 is because he's the 5th Charlie Green in his family? Imagine that. Imagine being called Charlie Green, and your dad's called Charlie Green, your grandpa's called Charlie Green, your great-grandpa's called Charlie Green, your great-great-grandpa's called Charlie Green. It's kind of like, at some point, there's so many Charlie Greens in your family, how do you keep track of who's who? This is giving me skibidi toilet vibes. I would not want to live I would not want to live here. This looks like skibidi toilet. Has anyone seen that video?
I would not want to live in a world like this. This looks like skibidi toilet.
I like the whispering. This could be a song not about FNAF when they say all she wants to do is party. Could be like a pop song or a rap song. I wonder if it was made with the intention of also doubling as a song that could be played without the referencing to FNAF. Like, it could be played at a party, I suppose, maybe. You couldn't play a normal FNAF song at a party. Yeah, female vocals. Okay, that does look like Skibidi Toilet, be honest. God, that profile picture freaks me out every time. There's a weirdly sexy, scatty thing going on with the bass and the whispering at the start of this song that sets a tone. And I will say this, despite the actual quality of the song, it is very memorable. The chorus melody leading into No More Cake actually works, and the female vocals are a welcome bit of variety. But then you've got this modern electronic synth lead slamming into that funky bass in the chorus, and those two things just don't go together. It's like they had two good ideas and didn't check if they were compatible before putting them on the same track. Despite me tending to like a fair amount of CG5's shouty vocals, I actually really didn't like the shouting of "No more cake" on this song. I just found it really quite bear-jarring, fam. That said, when I reacted to this on stream, someone in the chat called this song one of the worst that they'd ever heard. And I do have to disagree. It's not that bad. If you find a song about Chica partying too hard for her own good to be cringe, I can't blame you for that. And hey, I find it a bit cringe too, but it's fine. And whatever it lacks in quality, it has in terms of memorability. Also, you may be wondering where my intelligent and hilarious live reactions are coming from. Well, they're actually taken from a live stream. We do live streams fairly often on this channel, and they're a fun way for me to chat with you guys directly. I'll be doing a stream where I react to every Nate Wants to Battle song fairly soon. So subscribe and turn on notifications if you don't want to miss that. Let Me Through, featuring Dolvondo. This one came out in August of 2018. It is called FNAF Song. Oh, that's interesting. Peter. It's always such a difficult thing to make an animatronic look like it's singing. Because if you think about how the human mouth creates words, it's not just open and close like Foxy's animatronic mouth is. When he says that, look, it's... And I'm really not expecting a YouTube animator to be able to pull off like really impressive mouth modelling, but it's just something I always kind of pick up on when an animatronic sings a song in a music video like this, is that because all their mouth can really do is open and close, there's never that connection in my brain of, oh, I think they're actually singing. But I'm going to stop being a nitpicking dickhead and press play. Again, I haven't said much for this one, because it's not affecting me much, if I'm being honest. Oh, this is cool. No. Here we go. A proper mouth. Chat, are you a bit bored right now, just from this song? Because I am. And I'm so bored I've got it. Hope you like that. It kind of posed, got me feeling some kind of way, you know what I mean? That's how I pose when I'm wearing a new outfit and I want my friends to notice me that I'm wearing an absolutely fire fit. Wow, I never clocked that some of these animatronics can use their own body parts like frying pans. Quite like the end of that, in the sense of like how direct the lyrics were. Like, please, oh please, I'm on my knees, let me through. Yeah, it's obviously, you know what he's talking about, but it also sounds like it was written as the lyrics for a song. But then, I will not let you through my door is like, that doesn't sound like the lyrics from a song. That sounds like something a kid would say, like, I will not let you through my door. And then the last lines are, the power. Because the power's gone out. I'm not hating on that, I just thought it was kind of funny, worth mentioning. So this is, and I mean this in the most specific way possible, this is the most CG5 song I've ever heard. What I mean by that is, there's just no unique selling point as such, there's no USP, nothing that makes it stand out bad or good. The lyrics from the Night Guard especially aren't doing it any favours. You know, they're either weirdly stating the obvious, or doing these weird lyrical gymnastics just so the lines rhyme. And you can feel the strain of it. I will not let you through my door especially stands out. And look, it's an earlier song, and I get that when you haven't got many tracks out yet, you're not really in the headspace of needing to differentiate your work. So I do fully understand why this one hasn't been designed to particularly stand out, but, you know, my brain just cannot hold on to this one. I've listened to it multiple times now, and it barely registers. It's honestly kind of impressive how a song can have such little impression. The thing I remember the most about it, by far, is Funtime Foxy posed up like Destroy Lonely doing a fit check. And that's from the music video, not the song itself. It's going in, I can't remember. And I don't mean that as an insult. It's just the most accurate thing I can say about it. I really just can't remember it. Next up is I Can't Fix You, a remix of the Living Tombstone original, released in April of 2019, featuring Chica. Oh, it's a remix of a song I had quite mixed feelings on from the Living Tombstone. I Can't Fix You, remix / cover, featuring Chica. Funny, ain't it? Oh, I got the lyrics wrong. Okay, I think this is all going to come down to the drop for me, because that was the bit I didn't love about the Living Tombstone song, and let's see what CG5 do for the beat drop. I can't fix you. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, I think this might be a bit worse. Yeah, I think this is so far just a touch worse than the original Living Tombstones version. Oh my god. Green tentacles, yuck! I hope this song had a epilepsy warning that I read out. I can't remember if it did or not. Yeah, this is okay. I think the woes are going on a bit. They're taking the pitch a little bit. Yeah, just like in the original song, this woeing. It's just dragging on a bit too long. Ooh, this is a new direction to take it though. I hate that model. This isn't a comment on the music video creator. It's a comment on the game that it's from, because this is just a faithful recreation. But I've never liked that model, and I know I'm not the only one at all. I think everyone hates it, but just Butters fam. Oh, question for the Americans. Do you know what Butters means? That's Aura. I'm too old to be saying stuff like this. I can fix you. Oh, duet time. Like a duet. It's cool. Okay. There's a lot of this. A lot of this dubsteppy sound. It okay. God, that's a creepy profile picture. Am I being mean? This one. It's quite a scary face. So this is an interesting case because my feelings on the original were already pretty mixed going in. The Living Tombstones production on the OG actually let it down a bit, which is unusual for them. So there was a real opening here for this remix to actually improve on something, and it doesn't quite get there. Actually, it's worse. The vocals from Chica though are genuinely on par with Crusher P's vocals on the original, which is no small feat, but the beat drop is way worse, the production overall is worse, and the whole thing just runs on too long, mirroring the exact same problem that the original had. There's a nice duet moment between CG5 and Chica, I guess, in this version, and a breakdown towards the end that briefly goes somewhere interesting and more unique, but it's a brief detour before heading back towards what wasn't working. It falls into the same traps as the original, and it falls into other traps harder. This song is not good. By the way, I recently set a challenge to my glorious viewers, which was to see if we could go from 7,000 to 8,000 subscribers before the end of June. And we smashed that with time to spare. And I'm incredibly grateful to all of you. But now we've got an even bigger challenge. I think we can hit 10,000 subscribers before the end of the summer. So if you want to be part of the macrocosmic militia, hit that button so we can hit our goal. Please. Now we have a song celebrating the 10th anniversary of FNAF. It's called Freddy, featuring Matt Pat and Black Griffon, released in August of 2024. Hey Freddy, God, I haven't actually heard a song where the singer is singing to Freddy Fazbear before. Hello? Yeah. This guy's got aura. Don't hurt each other. This is kind of cool. This is a very funny music video. I like it. Hold up, let me pause real quick. In terms of the music video, I think it's a really good idea for specifically a 10th anniversary song to use such iconic images from the series, like this one, which is like the poster from the Steam page, and this one. Yeah. Imagine there's no fallen over Freddy here, but this is like a pretty classic shot from the CCTV of the second game. And I like that visual referencing, which would be a bit too keen in another song, but the fact that it's a 10th anniversary song is quite nice. I'll shut up and we can keep watching. Oh, I like this animation. And now we're in the FNAF 4 location. That's cool that we don't see a horrible monster in the hallway in the FNAF 4 location. We just see a goofy bear. That was kind of cool. Oh shit, Chad Freddy is here to save the day. I do really like the design of glam rock Freddy. Oh, this is kind of cute. This is sweet. I do quite like this one. Right, so off rip, Black Griffon has had some allegations of grooming against him that I'm aware of, and I'd rather not pretend otherwise. This song did come out after the allegations did, so it's a bit murky. But of course, you know, factor that into your opinions however you want. But, you know, trying to just judge the song on its own terms though, as I did on the stream, this one is genuinely good. The concept of a 10th anniversary song lets it get away with things that would feel like cheap fan service anywhere else. Like using iconic imagery from the series, or having everyone show up like Avengers Endgame at the end. However, MatPat's lines coming back in at the end over the animatronics all hanging out together, you know, that last bit did get me, I'll be honest. I was actually slightly annoyed at myself about getting a bit emotional about it. Elsewhere in the song, I really liked the DJ-esque rapid fading in and out of all the kids cheering. It's a small thing, but it gives you that stank face. Or at least it gave me that stank face. MatPat's voice also completely threw me. I've watched a lot of Game Theory, and I genuinely couldn't pick him out in this song, which is neither a good nor a bad thing, but an interesting point, I thought. The one note of slight oddness is the lyrics, "Hey Freddy," which feature very prominently in the song. There's a warmth and a familiarity to it that reminds me of like Hey Jude of all things, which is a weird level of tenderness to direct at an animatronic killer. I know it's more so directed at the franchise as a whole instead of the character, but it still comes across as maybe even a slightly romantic way to talk about a killer teddy bear. But you know, overall this works. It's good, well within the territory of being good. Now we have Freddy, the live version, featuring Black Griffon only this time, released in August of 2024. When I streamed my reactions to this song, I accidentally reacted to it without either the music video or the song's audio being streamed. You know, it was just my voice that everyone was hearing, as you'll soon see. Oh, are you joking? I didn't have it on the video the entire time. Oh! Okay, well, at least you heard it though, right? No, you didn't! Oh, because I don't have desktop audio on the... Fuck me. On this. That's the dangers of live TV, I guess. Let's run it back and we can watch it together. Okay. I'm sorry about that. They look like a barbershop duet. They've got a bit of chemistry together, I suppose. My biggest issue was that it doesn't sound that different from the OG version. I think doing a music video like this loses the celebratory nature that original video had, because a lot of the celebration vibes on that original came from the video, while this is just, you know, three white guys bouncing around in a room, and this isn't that celebratory visually. So this exists. And yes, I reacted to it twice in a row on stream, but my thoughts were the same both times though. So at the very least, there is consistency with my thoughts. The main issue is that this doesn't sound like a live version. I don't know whether it genuinely was performed live and then had so much post-processing applied that all the liveness got sort of ironed out of it, or whether it's just a studio recording that they're miming over. But either way, the thing people want from a live version is the humanity and the performance of something happening live. And this doesn't give you that. It gives you essentially the studio version again, but in a slightly different room. The other issue is that a lot of what made the original Freddy work was the video. You know, the animation, the references, the celebratory feeling of it all. Strip that away and replace it with a couple of guys in what looks like a barbershop duet, and the whole point of the song kind of evaporates. Black Griffon does have a genuinely good voice, and they have decent chemistry together, but I'm not sure what this version is for exactly. Like, I'm actually not sure why it exists. It's very mixed. Next up is a CG5 original, released in June 2025. He calls it Imitation, but I like to call it... well, you'll just have to wait until the analysis to see what I like to call it. Ooh, that's an odd character design, I think. I'm not sure if I really like this one. The vocals are really buried in the mix. This is okay. This is more CG5, I feel. Although I will say that it's impressive that, you know, this is the second to last song in this stream, and we're kind of only at the point now where I'm like, oh my god, they're blending into one. But I am at the point now where I feel like it's blending into one. This is more rappy, I'd say, which I wouldn't say is CG5's natural wheelhouse. I'd say that CG5 works better with pop than he does with, like, pop rap. And now he's Michael Jackson. It's a nice little thing to do in a music video, I suppose. Clearly inspired by a rising artist, Michael Jackson, who's just had a movie made about him. Was this better than the Michael Jackson movie? I don't know. Let me know, because I haven't seen it. And then CG5's goofy face popping up at the end. By this point in the stream, things were starting to blend into one for me. And I want to be clear that that's not purely a criticism. This song was actually the 22nd song I reacted to on stream, out of a total of 23. And the fact that we got to song 22 before the blending into one feeling set in is actually a decent achievement. When I listened to all of JT Music's songs, they had me feeling that a hell of a lot earlier. But as with every other song mentioned in this video, I have since listened to it multiple times on my own time. And this one honestly really does blend, and it blends really fast. The distorted bass is different from CG5's usual smoothness, which is at least a bit of a gear change. The rap sections didn't really suit him though. I'd say he's more comfortable in pop than pop rap, and this song asks him to do a bit of both. The vocals got a bit buried in the mix again, and the Michael Jackson visual in the video it's like charming, but it is a bit random. It's a very un-Michael Jackson sounding song, so the connection feels more like an homage to CG5 being influenced by MJ than something the song itself actually earns. I also didn't clock that very odd CGI character in the video was supposed to be Edwin until the chat told me. But despite me pooling together my thoughts to write this part of the script, can I actually remember how the song goes? No, I can't. I can't remember. Even minutes after listening, it was already fading. Some distorted bass just wasn't enough. By the way, the order of these videos isn't in chronological order. The music videos I'm reacting to are all taken from CG5's playlist on his channel called FNAF Songs. And I could not understand the rationale behind the ordering of the songs in this playlist. You know, it's not ordered in chronological order, it's not in reverse chronological order, or even in alphabetical order. So, seeing as CG5 is presenting his songs to the world in a specific order of his choosing, I thought I'd present my reactions to his songs in an order of my choosing. All for the sake of a more engaging video, IMO. One of Us, One of Us, One of Us, One of Us featuring Glitch Whisper was released in December of 2025. But without any further ado, this is CG5, One of Us, FNAF 2 song animation with Glitch Whisper. I like it when it starts with the music box. I'm kind of liking this. I think the music video is really good. Seems really professionally made. This is alright. Actually, it sounds really quite unique, the instrumentation, I think. And the music video is good, very shiny. Yeah, I think so far in this song, the verses and the chorus is all quite short, in a good way. It just means like there's not enough time for any of it to get boring. And this is only 2 minutes and 46 seconds, I think. And they're not putting too much emphasis on the facial animations, which is good, because those never end up looking amazing. And then the breakdown, with a new form of animation for this video, which is cool. This is a cool music video. Oh, I like that, with the drum beat going like triple time. No, don't kill them! Ah! This one surprised me a bit. It's short, it's under 3 minutes, and it uses that runtime well. The verses and chorus are both punchy enough that nothing outstays its welcome, which sounds like a low bar, but it's actually something a surprising number of songs actually fail to clear. The instrumentation genuinely sounds unique to me. Just off the top of my head, I couldn't place anything that sounded quite like it, which is a compliment I haven't given out much today. There are some really nice little details in the production. The contrast of whispering layered with shouting going into the final chorus, the mangle on the car moment in the video where the beat drop kind of sounds like squealing tires, and a stuttering drum effect used just once in the final chorus is ear candy. All great touches. CG5's vocals do strain a little high during parts of the verses, but the song moves fast enough that if something isn't quite working for you, you're already past it before it becomes a problem. The composition is a bit repetitive, I'll grant that. Someone in the chat called it and they weren't wrong, but the production pulls its weight. It's good. It's very good. Five Nights. only a remix of Rumi's original, released in January of 2018. For some of the songs CG5 remixed or covered, I hadn't actually heard the original, with this being one of them. I thought that maybe I should listen to the original first, but then I decided against that. I think that with the remixes and covers, I don't want to approach them all from a this is just a worse version of the original mentality, if you get what I mean. So I have chosen not to listen to the original. Okay guys, let's talk, let's drown out the music. Oh, so this is a remix. Okay, interesting thing that they're doing with the music video, which is, as I can see, oh, shush. I think that this is in his electronic remix era, and this is very much an electronic remix made in that era. I'm finding this a little bit annoying, if I'm being honest. That electronic noise is quite grating to my ears, and the shouting Five Nights at Freddy's isn't really helping. And the singing isn't bad. Kind of funny just to have Springtrap standing in the background, just looking at us menacingly but not being bothered to move to do anything murderous. Oh, I like this clap breakdown, that's cool. This song is kind of hurting my ears a little bit. Oh, I like this. This reminds me of Club Penguin, weirdly. Funky. It's funky. Okay, and now we're done. Yeah. This one hurt my head a bit, which I said at the time, and I think that's probably the most honest summary I can give. It's in that early electronic remix era of CG5's career, and it really shows. The Five Nights at Freddy's shout within the first 30 seconds is instantly grating, and the production around it sounds cheap and abrasive. Not in an interesting way, just in a way that makes you want to take your headphones off and scoop your ears out. The build up to the final drop is essentially just Five Nights repeated in increasingly higher and higher pitch until Springtrap hisses at you. And that's not much of a drop. That's just, well, it's just a bit annoying. There are highlights. The flat clap breakdown in the middle is a genuinely fairly good moment, and the funky slap bass section made me think of Club Penguin, which I mean as the highest possible compliment. I also like when they pull in actual game voice lines, like with the phone guy, but those are brief reprieves in something that's mostly just a lot of noise. It's not good, and I think the headache it gave me is probably a useful data point. Ballad of the what machines? Oh, walking. This song features JT Music and was released in October 2023. Oh no! Not JT Music. I know CG5 has this cringy reputation, and maybe an in real life music video is not really going to help with the cringy allegations. This music video may be doing a disservice to the music. The music sounds, alright. I like this Foxy guy though. Who's this guy? Sorry to pause it, guys, while we were getting into flow state. Vocals, lyrics by CG5. What? That's not JT Music, is it? I'll see what you guys say in the comments afterwards, because I'm sure you know better than I do. Okay, squad alert. It's a very low budget music video, which I like. I think that's quite cute. I'm getting into this a bit more now. Yeah, this is alright. That was creepy though. No, still going. I really thought that was going to be the end. No, we actually got a fair bit left. The music video definitely helps having those extra animatronic people in. I think if it was all CG himself, it would be a bit more difficult to watch. So I went into this one with not the highest of expectations. It was the first of the music videos I watched on stream where CG5 is actually acting in it. And that didn't really bode well, considering his cringe reputation. But honestly, it was fine. There's a rock ballad quality to it, a bit Panic at the Disco for my money, if Panic at the Disco were making FNAF content. And I did warm to it once the animatronic human hybrid characters showed up in the video, because CG5 carrying an IRL music video completely alone is a bit of a big ask. He doesn't always seem to have the screen presence for it, especially for the more serious moments. JT Music's verse mixes it up a bit, which is appreciated. But the music itself really doesn't stand out much to me. The most memorable thing about this song is the music video. The monitor paying homage to other FNAF music artists is a nice touch, and there's a bit of lower budget charm that really works in its favour. But that's not really a compliment to the song itself. For me, this is fine. Also, I'm really trying to avoid any copyright restrictions here because I want my lovely macro minions to enjoy this video in its entirety. But just due to some boring old copyright law, some parts of some songs might not get to be played in full, if you know what I mean. And it goes without saying that a link to every single song mentioned in this video is in the description. Let's keep going. Stuck Inside features The Living Tombstone, CG5, Basic, and Kevin Foster. It was released by Black Griffon in December 2023. I'd actually covered this one in a previous video, which I will link to in the top right of the screen. So I didn't dwell on it for too long in this video, and if you want a deeper dive, that video is the place to go. 3, 2, 1, play! I do like the water drops in this. 2, 3, 4. I do like this song. The reason I talked about this in my last video was because someone on Reddit said this was one of their least favourite FNAF songs ever. Which I just don't really see that personally. Am I right in thinking this part is the CG5 part? 2, 3, 4! I like that bit. The shouting bit. This is the bit that probably is the weakest for me, I'd say. But I like the "Who needs to die?" I think that's cool. Yeah. Let's go. This animation is cool. La 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 la. And the kid singing. It's class, mate. So, as I said, short one from me on this because I've said most of what I have to say elsewhere. I like this. The animation is impressive, and in my other video, I defended it against a Reddit claim that it was one of the worst FNAF songs ever. I genuinely don't see that. Good. It's good. Left Behind, a remix and cover of DA Games' original, featuring DA Games himself, 8-Bit Ryan and Tricky Wee, released in October 2020. Worth knowing going in, Tricky Wee isn't actually in this video, but her credits appear on screen the same time DA Games appears on screen. So, therefore, it's pretty understandable that I thought that the guy who appears when the name tag Tricky Wee appears was Tricky Wee. But he's not, he's just someone else. And also Tricky Wee is a woman. Left Behind, FNAF remix / cover featuring DA Goddamn Games, 8-Bit Ryan and Tricky Wee. Tricky Wee? Do Americans know what the word wee means? Because in the UK, it means pee. Pee and wee are the same things. So calling yourself Tricky Wee sounds like someone really trying to squeeze out their urine, which is a horrible thing to say, especially live. I'm going to shut up now. Okay, I thought when CG5 came on at the start, looking like Eminem in 8 Mile, I thought that was kind of a joke, but now it seems like he might be doing this sort of serious vibe, not as a joke. Tricky Wee, there he is. And no hate to people that drum on electric drum kits. It's more than I can do, I can't even drum at all. But there's... It's really not as cool to see someone use an electric drum kit as it is to see someone use a proper drum kit. Like having this kind of serious song and seeing a guy like tap bits of like silicone with headphones on. I'm sorry bro, the aura is important for a music video, rightly or wrongly, and electric drum kits just don't have that aura. Okay, he is doing this as a joke, fair enough. Production error spotted. You can see the camera in the mirror and you can see the sink. Just close the door. When was this made? 5 years ago? Was CG5 big in 2020 or is he still kind of scrappy? I think he was too big to be leaving doors like that open so we could see the camera. But then I am from a filmmaking background. Yes. God, the Sigma is flowing through me. It's coming inside of me. Yes, Tricky Wee, it's your moment. He's got a real like rolling on the R's, which I cannot roll my R's or my arse. He's got like a faux Freddie Mercury vibe going on this guy a little bit. Ooh, that was actually quite scary. You can really see his ear in his hair. You know, I say stuff like that when I don't have anything else worth saying. Bit offbeat, I think. Okay, let's wrap this up though. This is probably their most Sigma coming inside of me song. Oh my god, we still actually got a long time left. Oh, I don't like screamo vocals really. We get it, bro. Okay. I kind of had enough of this one. So CG5's sections of this song are fine. That's the frustrating thing. He's doing his thing, the song has a decent enough energy, and for about the first minute and a half, I'm along for the ride. Then the duet partner comes in, and this person, who I spent most of the reaction thinking was Tricky Wee, but was actually DA Games, they are just doing the absolute most. The R's are rolling, the vibrato is killing. Every syllable is being performed at full extension. It's very Theatre Kid energy, and I do not mean that in a complimentary way. The screamo vocals are even worse. It's giving a very look at me, look at me, look at me energy, and I just want DA Games to please just calm down. The best bit of the whole thing is when the actual Tricky Wee comes in. A brief, much more restrained moment, and the contrast is stark. It's interesting that the original version of this song is by DA Games, and this version of the song is absolutely ruined by DA Games. I haven't heard his original, but I absolutely dread to think what it sounds like. And while DA Games is the standout worst part, blame still lies on CG5's shoulders for choosing to put this together and then releasing it. And on top of all of that, DA Games has faced some quite severe controversies and allegations, so I really don't feel bad for saying that he sounds absolutely fucking abysmal. Okay. After some research, it seems like the vast majority of the allegations probably were faked, other than the one about him dating a 17-year-old when he was 23. And that's definitely really quite strange behaviour, but it is legal in the UK. Look, I don't know. The thing about allegations is that we'll never 100% know the truth for sure. Would I rather he be innocent and those allegations definitely be fake? Yeah, of course I would. Anyway. I mean, regardless, I still think that this song sounds absolutely fucking abysmal. For my money, this is the worst, the absolute worst FNAF song by CG5, bar none. It's going in shut up now. Also, I have a Twitter now, also known as an X account. So if you want more of me, then follow me on there. And finally, Song 23, Bite of 87, featuring Abdul Cisse, released March 2022. I'm not a shiny skip plume. I'm a Sigma, and I'm going to watch some FNAF music now. Oh. He was the imposter from among us. Okay, you guys might have just picked up on a lyric. If you were listening to like pretty much any song where one of the lyrics was, he was the imposter from among us, that would be like a shite lyric. But the fact that it's clearly from the get-go such a goofy arse song. Like, I think that bit sets the tone so well that, like, if I was watching a JT music song and they said like, Freddy Fazbear wants to kill us, he's like the imposter from among us. If someone like JT Music did that, I get like actually quite angry because they didn't really ever do silly songs. But because this is very much a silly song, in capital S, capital I, capital LLY, silly, you can kind of excuse like goofy lines like he was the imposter from among us. Does that make sense to you? Because it sure as hell makes sense to me. It's funny. Sorry, if that wasn't clear, that was ho, spelled H-O-R, not the other spelling. Such a hyperactive little music video. I mean, come on. This is the one. Out of 23 songs, this is the only one where a tune got stuck in my head after the first listen. And look, you could critique the flows, you could critique the vocals, you could point out that it apparently gets the FNAF lore completely wrong, and you'd probably be right on all counts. But none of that really matters, because this song knows exactly what it is from the very first second, and it commits to it completely. The beatboxing intro from Abdul Cisse does something really clever. Genuinely, it does. because it perfectly sets the tone for what's to come and attunes your expectations thusly. Even though the beatboxing does get a bit buried in the mix once the rest of the production comes in, that opening stop and listen moment means your ear is primed to listen out for the beatboxing all throughout. Also, a lyric like, "He was the imposter from among us," in a self-serious song, even in a self-serious FNAF song, that is a war crime. But in a song like this, that's the whole point. And even though it is a stupid line, because the tone was established as being stupid right from the very start, it just makes you smile. CG5 has worked out that if you establish the silliness early enough and loudly enough, the silliness becomes the joke rather than the mistake. And the chorus is genuinely earwormy, which just seals it. This is going into silly and very fun, right to the top of the tier. The only song on this list that after first listen, I walked away actually humming. You know, for my money, this is the absolute best FNAF song by CG5. And that's going to do it for this massive 2-part CG5 FNAF tier list. What do you think? Do you agree with my placements? Have I been too harsh or not harsh enough? Is CG5 a misunderstood genius, or is the internet right about his cringiness? But I think the question that remains is, why is CG5 so disliked? Because through my research into making this video and just my general knowledge of the internet world as a whole, I feel like there is a bit of dogpiling and maybe even bullying going on. Yes, CG5 has done some cringy things before, notably like when he played the FNAF Movie 2 cast one of his songs. Josh Hutcherson clearly did not want to be there, but he was trying his best to pretend like he did want to be there and was playing along, and the secondhand embarrassment from that was just palpable.
It's been an honor to work alongside you, and I
like the distance between us is nice.
But CG5 does seem to be a bit too much of an internet punching bag, despite, by pretty much all accounts, saying that he's a nice guy, and he's never had any sort of allegations to speak of. And I think that the vast majority of his FNAF music, at least, isn't actually cringy. There are some cringy songs, sure, don't get me wrong, but most of them really aren't cringe. The biggest criticism I could give him is that most of his subpar songs are just forgettable, which is like the complete opposite of being, oh my god, so cringe. So I think there are 4 main contributors to his internet reputation. 1, he has had some awkward moments, as mentioned. 2, he doesn't just make songs about video games and FNAF. He makes songs about memes too. I've always thought that memes are really hard to join in with when you're using art forms that take longer to make, like songs or movies, for instance. And this may seem like a bit of a random thing for me to bring up, but don't worry, this is going somewhere. Do you remember the "What are those?" meme?
Question for you. What are those?
That meme started life in 2015. Now, the first Black Panther movie's script was being written around that time. So, when the writers included a line in the script that referenced "what are those?", that meme was actually pretty current at the time the script was being written and the meme was being included in it. But then the film had to be cast and shot and edited and worked on by the VFX team, and then they had to do marketing and press and build up hype for the release and hold a premiere. So, by the time the film finally did drop in 2018, the "what are those" meme that they included was so outdated for most cinema goers. It was 3 years past its sell-by date.
And what are these?
The real question is, what are those?
Do you know where I'm going with this? Because the same thing can be said to an extent for CG5. CG5 finds a meme. It gets big enough to warrant making a song about. He then has to write the lyrics, write the melodies, record the instrumentation, produce the whole track, mix and master it, shoot a music video, edit the music video, and then finally release it. But by the time he's done all of that, the meme is probably on its last days of being even slightly relevant, which gives CG5 this reputation of being like a grim reaper reaper of memes. By the time he releases a song about it, it's actually an indication to everyone that that funny inside joke has run its course and that it's time to move on to something else. Rightly or wrongly, this gives CG5 the vibe of your aunt who's posting Minion memes on Facebook thinking they're hilarious, or your annoying younger brother posting sussy Among Us memes on YouTube Shorts thinking that those are still incredibly topical. And 3. He's a huge name. He has 10.5 million subs, which is over 1 million more than the second most popular FNAF music channel, The Living Tombstone. And on top of that, he's happy to put himself front and center in a fair amount of his content. You know, even to the point where his profile pic is his face, which you can't say for other big names like The Living Tombstone, or JT Music, or Try Hard Ninja, etc, etc. CG5 is happy to make a music video where he passionately sings to a group of animatronics, then gets turned into an animatronic version of himself, and then does a goofy R dance for millions of people to watch. Like, when you have 10.5 million pairs of eyes on you, and you're happy to shoot a video where you're doing anything, seemingly without a care in the world of who's watching, that's going to get you very noticed, kinda regardless of the actual content itself. 4. Do you think that maybe people call him cringe and take the piss out of him because he has a distinctive facial appearance? Now, I'm not saying he's ugly, and I'm not saying that should even matter, but he does look rather different to most people, and I'm not the only one who's picked up on this. In his own subreddit, which typically is a place for fans to hang out together, people are just outright posting questions saying, yo, why does he look like that? And I noticed a particular reply to one of these quite rude posts saying something even worse. And this particular reply said, just Google fetal alcohol syndrome, his mom drunk while being pregnant just to get rid of him. That is an objectively horrible thing to say about someone. And if your fans are that horrible about your appearance in your own subreddit, you can bet that your haters are spreading even worse sentiments about how you look around every corner of the internet. So that's my theory. CG5 is a guy with a distinctive appearance who's not afraid to put himself front and center in his very successful music videos and his online presence. He occasionally makes songs about memes that tend to come out a bit too late, and he had an orky moment with Josh Hutcherson, and that's apparently made him one of the cringiest and most lambasted musicians on the internet. And look, you're allowed to find CG5 a bit cringe. Of course you are. You know, if you find him cringe, you find him cringe. But I do think that the vitriolic hate that he does get online is so much bigger than the actual cringy stuff he's done. When I embarked on making this deep dive into CG5, I was expecting to cringe my little brain out, and I really do have a low tolerance for cringe and secondhand embarrassment, but I was pleasantly surprised how genuinely uncringe I found most of this experience to be. You know, at least he hasn't spent the last 10 years of his career doing bad Eminem rip-offs. Thanks to all of my YouTube channel members for making this video happen, including my medium macro minions, and of course, my maximum macro minions, Solar Drill and Atomic. You can hit that join button to get a bunch of exclusive perks from my channel, but if you don't want to support me that way, that is of course completely fine. We are trying to hit 10,000 subscribers before the end of the summer, so that would be a really great way to support me, and of course you would officially join the ranks of the macro cosmic militia. Anyway, all I need to say now is, damn, I'm on my Foxy shit. I heart attacked again. Damn, I'm Shadow Bonnie. What's my name? Can't understand. Damn, I'm doing this joke again. I'm gonna stop right now.